Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Iris Podcast. I'm your host, Bowsy. Joining me here today, we have Navino and Johnel here on the cast. How are you two doing on this fine Monday evening?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Vibing.
Same thing. You know the vibes, baby. Mr. Yeti, I'm sorry you're not old, by the way.
Gotta love that. Gotta love those talks that come from the DMs over to the podcast. But definitely vibing. Good to hear that we're all vibing today on this beautiful Monday evening because we have a lot of stuff to cover. And we're going to start off with our first section where we talk about everything that happened last week in the playoffs and this week with our first section of Amp It Up. Starting off with what your favorite moment from the second week of the playoffs. Starting off with you, Navino.
I think the favorite moment for me is kind of like a culmination of like the parody and Discord tier. You saw Avalon go to map 5 with MI7. You saw a lot of close games throughout the Discord tier. Obviously, like you had to mention the Rem beat drop bear upset, to my own chagrin. But credits due, they looked way better than they had in the past, and people have seemed to adapt really well to the new patch where JQ is just crazy. But yeah,
definitely that Junker Queen buff. As a Junker Queen player, that was way too much. Jono, what about your favorite moment from last week?
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna give it to Insidious keeping up their win streak, beating Mets. It was kind of crazy. They really prepared for it, and it's showing now. So now that they're hitting the heavy hitters now, I want to see if they can keep up this win streak.
Yeah, definitely Insidious making their way to the lower bracket finals, having a chance at that championship bracket next week. I also focus on a match on the Harmonies here, Clairvoyance versus Strix. A map 5 banger in the upper bracket, two absolute juggernauts facing it off, Strix coming out in that map 5 victory, but it was, from what I heard, it was super close, so a really good match over there in the championship bracket, or in the upper bracket at least, so definitely a fun match to watch there. But what are you most looking forward to as we enter the third week of the playoffs and our final week of the upper and lower bracket stage in Navino?
I think to me, it's like the rebounds to the teams that we didn't expect to lose, and like just caught Walla Kings, right? We didn't expect them to lose to Geo, except Jonal. Jonal did expect them to lose, but I'm gonna say this for Wooly though. You remember last time that the Marsupio versus Geometric sweep happened in the regular season? Oh yes, I do. League 0, and then Geo ended up winning in the finals. So history repeats itself in the opposite. Koala will win the finals versus Geo this time because Geo won in the regular season twice. No one beats Koala Kings 3 times in a row. Very true, Cam. But there's a lot of bounce backs happening because Clairvoyance, losing when they had looked really good and Strix was on a downward turn, just a lot of rebounds that can still happen, and a lot of teams play their life. Like my champ bracket prediction is, I think both Koala and Clairvoyance will still make it to champ bracket. I think they are the teams to beat, but we will see.
We definitely will see. It's gonna be interesting to see how the champ bracket faces off. Jono, what are you most looking forward to as we enter the third week of the playoffs?
I'm gonna talk about how nobody really expected the fact that Luminous is one game away from hitting champ bracket. I don't think anybody expected that. Personally, I didn't. So I want to see if they can do it. They play KK this week though, so I don't really know, but they have a chance.
There's always a chance. It's a very tough nut to crack, but Luminous Foxes very well could go from being pretty much, I'm pretty sure, let me check that. From going 2-3 in the regular in stage 1 to making the championship bracket, that would be levels of battalion in terms of comeback potential there. What I'm most looking forward to is there's a team that we've constantly talked about on the podcast, and that is Hive Mind Halophytes. They are currently in position to make the championship bracket, and their opponent is Wyverns, a team that has not won a map in 3 of the last 4 games that they've played. They won a map, obviously. They did win maps, obviously, in other games, but they've not won a map in 3 of the last 4 games they played. So there is potential Hive Halfites very well could go to championship bracket. If not, that I think is going to be a very fun match to watch. It might be very close. So we'll see how all of these go out as we head into the match. But outside of that, we have a lot to. But outside of that, definitely interesting week of playoffs. Before we head into our main event, which you may have noticed by the title of the video here, the title of our podcast this week, we do have a playoff montage to show all of you. Special thank you to Ty Exer for editing this week's playoff montage.
After all that we've been through, I think it's fair from me to you. Watch it burn as we soar away. Hey, hey. After all is said and done, and I know I am the one, I have waited here forever. But all I know is what I'm told. This feeling cannot be controlled. Watch the stars when I am gone.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you again, Ty Exer, for that amazing montage. But now it's time for what it is. Yes, by the way, Ty, we need to talk about your simping. But nonetheless, it is time for the end of season awards. Of course, these were voted on by an end of season awards committee, not by the general public, not by our admin team for bias. A committee voted for all of these award recipients to be recognized into the Tranquility Hall of Fame as Role Stars and as end of season award winners. We're going to go through each category one by one, starting in the Harmony tier and then going up to the Transcendence tier, and eventually our two community-wide awards. With that being said, there's a lot of awards to get to, and we're going to start off with the Harmony tier and in the role for Best Tank. Of course, tanks, we've had a lot of great tanks, especially with the reduction to just one tank per team this season, or one tank per team this season in terms of the actual matches. So there's been a lot of contenders for the best tank role. I am losing my wording here on some of these, but regardless of which, there's a lot to consider as we head into the first category, which is the best tank. Starting off with the Role Stars. Roll stars pretty much are the best 5 in each category for Harmony and Discord, best 3 in Transcendence, and your roll stars for Tank in the Harmony tier are Chuster from the Flashbacks, Gizmo from the Galactic Penguins, Pomku from Geometric, SSS Forever from Onigiri, and Stop You from Pause Champ. And your winner for best Tank in the Harmony tier is Stop You from Pause Champ. John'l, your thoughts on the winner and the roll stars for best Tank this season?
I'm going to be honest, well-deserved, especially in the 5 tanks that won. It's well-deserved. SSS Forever, Stop You, Chuster, you guys are amazing. At the end of the day, you guys completely just busted it to get it. You earned it. Now just finish out. Don't let it get to your head because that's how you lose.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely not a way you want to go out, but definitely really deserving Tank nominees in both Roll Star and the end of season award here. Also, I want to let it be known, these graphics that you're seeing here were provided by our wonderful person in the chat, Glitch, in addition to Mr. Yeti helping out with the Roll Star graphics. Very great job on all of the graphics that we have here for our end of season awards as we head into the next award. Of course, the Hit Scan Award.
What about my thoughts?
I mean, if you want to say something, you can say something quickly, but I was thinking of alternating between each analyst, but...
Yeah, man.
I was just going to say, I want to give a shout out to both Red Knight and Gizmo who did not make it. Both very good. I think it's surprising to me.
Gizmo was a roll star.
Stop. Wait, or did I just... Okay, I just misread. But Stop You definitely was probably the most consistent tank this season. Good for him.
Yeah, definitely a great job by Stop You this season. But now let's move over to the best hit scan DPS category. Again, in the Harmony tier, your roll stars for best hit scan are Husky from Onigiri, Milan from Flashbacks, Nova from Pause Champ, Sarah from the Koala Kings, and Sinop from Geometric. And your winner for best hit scan DPS in the Harmony tier is Husky from Onigiri. Navino, we'll start off with you this time. Your thoughts on Husky winning best hit scan in addition to the roll star winners.
All 5 really good people to pick. Husky, I've said it before. Onigiri is the Husky show. If he's popping off, they're winning. If he's not, we'll see. But people he makes or breaks that team, and so it's very fitting that he is a roll star or the best hit scan in Harmony.
John'l, any quick words before we move over to our next category?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt.
That's what happens sometimes.
I couldn't get the 2-peat. I'm hurt.
Don't you have to win a game to get up there?
Hey. Ask any team that I played against. My Reaper is a full-blown menace. I'm sorry.
But is Reaper a hit scan? Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Listen, I was stuck in Reaper jail for 18 years.
I don't know if you would say stuck when you willingly.
Oh, I was stuck. I was stuck.
There's a lot of discussion that we'd have to have about that topic, but I'm not willing to go into that right now. What I am going to go into is the projectile DPS category. Again, it's not just about the hit scans, it's also about the damage that a projectile DPS can do in the heat of battle. Your roll stars for best projectile DPS in the Harmony tier are Ascend from the Koala Kings, Be Well from the Flashbacks, Churd from Geometric, Formless from Pause Champ, and Rat from Strix. And your winner for best flex DPS or projectile DPS in the Harmony tier is Bewail from the Flashbacks. John'l, your thoughts on the winner for best projectile in addition to the roll stars?
I'm going to be honest. That, like I said, for tanks, it's well-deserved. Bewell has a lot of talent. That he's basically the face of that team outside of Pasty. I'm going to be honest. So if it's not Bewell, it's somebody else. And I'm proud of everybody, honestly.
Navino, your thoughts on the best projectile DPS category?
Solid list. I really got nothing else to say. Solid list.
Yeah, definitely a very solid list. A lot of great projectile players this season, and Bewell, obviously doing a really good job with flashbacks this season. Let's move over now to the best flex support category. Again, the first half of the support line in the back line. Your role stars for flex support in the Harmony tier are Blue Roses from Pause Champ, Drowsy from the Koala Kings, Pasty from the Flashbacks, PVB306 from the Pew Pew Plunderers, and Yuno from Geometric. And your winner for best flex support in the Harmony tier is Pasty from the Flashbacks. Navino, your thoughts on the best flex support category?
I just find it funny how many I'm realizing how many winners Flashbacks is getting, and I'm like, didn't we literally just talk like 2 weeks ago about how they had a prove? Now they did prove it, but like going to playoffs, I would not have expected this. You know, they are a good team that looks shaky throughout the season, but you know, Pasty is a good player. You know, the real face of that team.
Jono, you just mentioned one of the two faces of Flashbacks. Very funny how Pasty comes up next. Your thoughts on the best flex support category for Harmony tier?
Bro, as soon as I seen this list and I seen Pasty's name, I just knew it was going to happen. I'm sorry. I just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Pasty definitely. For those who weren't here last season, Pasty being a main tank player last season for Flashbacks, converting over to flex support this season and still proving that they are at the top. So well done to Pasty, and congratulations to all of the role stars and winners in the best flex support category. Let's move over now to the other half of that support duo, and that is the main support. Your role stars for best main support in the Harmony tier are Drug from the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, Dino Nugs from Pause Champ, Chobi from the Galactic Penguins, Glimpse from Flashbacks, and your teammate from Insidious. And your winner for best main support in the Harmony tier is Dino Nugs from Pause Champ. Jono, your thoughts on the best main support category for Harmony tier?
It's a solid list. I'm going to be honest, especially the teammate Dino. Can you go back to it really quick so I can see it again one more time?
Sure thing.
Yeah, see, look, I ain't even gonna lie. Look, you got Chobi. I love Chobi. I make memes about Chobi all the time. It's a solid list.
Navino, your thoughts on the best main support category for Harmony tier and the winner of best main support in the tier?
I definitely like the winner. I think Dino Nugs definitely proved themselves probably the most consistent and best main support. The rest of the list, I have questions, but that's for another day. That's for another day.
For another day. We'll definitely talk about that in the blooper reel for the Iris podcast. But regardless of that, we still have two more categories left in the Harmony tier. It's not just about the main roles, it's also about the people who have improved over the course of the season. Your role stars for most improved in the Harmony tier are Drug from the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, Blue Roses from Pause Champ, Sinop from Geometric, SSS Forever from Onigiri, and you saw John L celebrating because Tasted from Aimbots is also a role star this year for most improved. And your winner for most improved in the Harmony tier this season is Blue Roses from Pause Champ. Navino, your thoughts on the most improved category and the winner for most improved in the tier?
I think this makes sense because, like, especially like with the the almost narrative around Pause Champ during the season that, you know, I myself perpetuated, and I've said before, like, I'm happy to be wrong. And Blue Roses has done that. You know, they've improved a lot in the UC and the Pause Champ gameplay. So yeah, well deserved.
John L., your thoughts on the most improved category and the winner for most improved in the tier?
I'm not mad. I just want everybody to know that Tasset came a long way, man. And I'm honestly, improving is probably one of the main reasons why a lot of people play in Tranquility in the first place, because you can go anywhere just by playing a couple seasons in Trank. You can go anywhere. There's a lot of other tournaments that you can play in. Tranquility is always a starter for everybody. So the fact that you can join this tournament and improve is just awesome.
Definitely. Tranquility is a tournament that encourages improvement of its players. That's why we allow you to climb up in ranks even after you have locked in. That's why we allow you to continually move up through the ranks of Tranquility. It's going to become more apparent with the addition of a fourth tier that's already been teased next season, but still, improvement is the key here in Tranquility. We want our player base to improve, and that is what we strive to do. And the most improved category reflects someone who is willing to believe in those core values. Lastly, in the Harmony tier is the category for Best Coach. Again, it's not just about the players, it's about the people in the back line helping out to make sure that they can run, that everything is running smoothly and accordingly. Your role stars for best coach in the Harmony tier are Bernie from the Galactic Penguins, Caden from Pause Champ, Punks from Onigiri, Womp Dump from Strix, and Wooly from Geometric. And your winner for best coach in the Harmony tier is Caden from Pause
Let's
Champ.
go.
Johnel, your thoughts as you are the first one to speak during this segment.
Let's go. Listen, man. For this being Caden's last season in Trank, dude, they're going out with a bang. That's all I gotta say. Good stuff to everybody else. I almost just cussed on the podcast. Oh my god.
Yeah, please.
I've literally cussed here before. It's okay, John.
Don't excessively
Bro, I
cuss.
literally biting my tongue. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to. Trust me.
Navino, your thoughts on the best coach category and the winner for best coach.
The sheesh moment. I'll give you that. It's a sheesh moment. You know, like I can't do the voice thing, but you know what I mean. The sheesh moment. We all know. Okay, no, never do that again, Bowser.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There is your Harmony tier winners. Congratulations to all of the winners for every category. No, Ryan, not Hayden. Caden with a C, not Hayden with an H. But speaking of Hayden, Hayden is a player. Hayden is a player in the Discord tier, and that's where we're going next. So let's head over to our Discord tier award winners, starting off with the category for Best Tank. Of course, starting off with the role stars, again, these are the top, basically, what are considered the top 5 in each category, and then, of course, there is a winner that is also a role star. So let's start off with the role stars. Your role stars for Best Tank in the Discord tier are Genji Main from MI7, Gliscor from the Wild Cat Boys, Magic Otter from Cosmic Castaways, Navino from the Beat Drop Bears, and Train from Reminiscence. And your winner for Best Tank in the Discord tier is Genji Main from M.
Oh, I was about to say, do you pull this, Navino?
No, I've never won it. I'm never going to win it. Genji Main has definitely been probably the most consistent tank this season, and by far deserves MI7 looking really good. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Jono, your thoughts on the best tank winner after Navino's?
I'm not mad, man. Especially with Otter being on this list, Genji Main, it's a solid list. They all been honestly the most consistent out of the entire tier this season. Got to show some love to Navino though. Bro came a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Every tank in this tier has come a long way.
I don't know if to take that as a compliment or not. Hold up.
That's the problem with my podcast. You don't know what can be taken as a compliment. But just to comment on Genji Main real quick. I remember back then, 2 seasons ago, I used to talk with Genji Main before they entered Trank. They came in 2 seasons ago on Storybook Heroes, a 10th seeded team.
They were awful.
They were a 10th seeded team when it came to the playoffs. They weren't awful, but they definitely had the roughest luck of them all. And now you look at Genji Main. They're on the number 1 seeded MI7. They have grown so much over the past few seasons of Tranquility, and now being able to finally reap the rewards by getting the Best Main Tank award. It is an absolute honor, and I cannot help but say congratulations to Genji Main for winning this award. Let's move over now to the best hit scan category. Starting off with your role stars, again, your top 5 in this category in terms of the votes. Your role stars for best hit scan in the Discord tier are Aphex from the Cosmic Castaways, Ashes from Trigonometric, Lore from MI7, Resolve from Pride, and Swifters from Reminiscence. And your winner for best hit scan in the Discord tier for the 2nd season in a row is Lore. Navino, your thoughts on the winner for best hit scan in the tier?
It's kind of what I expected. Lore is plat, quote unquote, the best plat player ever. Actually, I don't know if he's still plat, but he was at the beginning of the season, which was hilarious. And he was plat last season. He's just mechanically very gifted. And I've known Lore a long time, and he's always been really good. So well deserved. Kind of again the expected result.
Definitely an expected result. Jono, your thoughts on the role star list and the best hit scan winner for Discord tiered hit scan?
It's a really solid list, but I'm going to be honest. This picture's throwing me off because why is Widow's kneecap so ungodly long?
Because it's the boots. It's like a flare in the boot.
Oh, okay. That just made me feel really stupid. It's a really solid list, though.
Anyway, moving on from that, moving on from the discussion of Widowmaker's kneecaps. I do not want to see that on Twitter. Let's go over to the next category, which is best projectile DPS. Again, not just about clicking heads, also about doing the damage in the projectile roll. Your roll stars for best flex DPS in Discord tier are Dolphinicus from Avalon, from the Beat Drop Bears, Music Addicts from Reminiscence, Tanic B from MI7, and Yoon from the Cosmic Castaways. And your winner for best flex DPS or projectile DPS in the Discord tier in Season 10 is Tanic B from MI7. Jono, your thoughts on the winner for best projectile DPS in addition to the roll stars?
Is MI7's whole starting roster just going to get all-stars?
Also, can we
Hello?
never put Tanic's photo as Tracer ever again? Ever. I never want to see that man on Tracer. Ever in my life.
Like, the entire Discord tier is just going to be MI7.
You'll have to see. It's not. I can guarantee you, it's not MI7.
Someone should have just made Tanic's thing like May or Echo or Reaper or like his. I love you, Tanic, and that's the only reason I say this. You know that. I never want to see your Tracer again. Joseph Electronic Sports alumni cannot play Tracer. Except sometimes Swifters. Sometimes
Swifters can play Tracer, but regardless of which, again, very deserving awards for all of these players in these categories. But now we're moving on to the best flex support category in the Discord tier. Starting off with your roll stars, again, the top 5 voted winners of that. The roll stars for flex support in the Discord tier are Bunny from MI7, Nagisa from Tempest, Neptune from Reminiscence, Onyx from the Cosmic Castaways, and Twist from the Beat Drop Bears. And
I know who wins this.
I mean, you'll find out in a few seconds, because the winner for best flex support in the Discord tier is Neptune from Reminiscence. Navino, your thoughts on best flex support and the best flex support winner and the roll star winners.
Again, it's kind of an expected list. It's the exact list I would probably make of the 5, if I'm remembering all 5 correctly. Except maybe like 1 or 2 people, but the winner, Neptune, they've talked about him a lot since the beginning of the season. Definitely pretty expected at this point, honestly. Like, Discord's kind of going exactly how I expected it to go, I'll be real.
Fair enough. Jono, your thoughts on the best flex support roll stars and winner?
I'm just glad it's not MI7. Because that would have just been a sweep at that point. But nah, Neptune deserved it. I've seen a couple Rem games, and they're really solid as a support player. I feel like a little bit of bias towards Nagi, but I'll keep that to myself.
Yeah, definitely a lot of great flex supports in the Discord tier. Neptune, however, being shown as the best according to our end of season awards voting committee. But now let's move over to the other half of that support duo, which is the main support. Your roll stars or top 5 for main support in the Discord tier are Hayden from MI7, Hypnotos from the Beat Drop Bears, Lost Sauce from Avalon, Mello from Trigonometric, and Phoebe Wonder from the Wild Cat Boys. And your winner for best main support in the Discord tier is Hypnotos from the Beat Drop Bears. Jono, your thoughts on the winners for roll stars and best main support?
It's a really solid list, but I think we should ask Navino this because this is one of his boys. Navino, how do you feel about this?
I think it's really fitting that the Beat Drop Bears win main support with Lucio when the whole like logo is themed around like green and Lucio. But Frogman's like, I can't speak enough about him. You know, we built Beat Drop around the idea of playing together, me and him, and I cannot be more proud. You know, I wanted to play with them for a reason. Definitely the best main support, and also he just is the definition of vibes. Anyone that's played Frogman knows what I mean. He is the definition of vibes. Yeah. So love that man.
Gotta love those vibes, especially in a Overwatch tournament here. Congratulations to Hypnotos and all of the winners that we've mentioned so far in the Discord tier. Let's move over to our final 2 categories, which are Most Improved and Coach. Starting off with Most Improved. Your roll stars for Most Improved in the Discord tier are B-Ball Man from Reminiscence, Bubba Wyatt from Jellyfish, Magic Otter from Cosmic Castaways, Majestic from MI7, and Phoebe Wonder from the Wild Cat Boys. And your winner for Most Improved in the Discord tier for Season 10 is Magic Otter from the Cosmic Castaways. Navino, your thoughts on the winner for Most Improved in the Discord tier and the Roll Star winners.
I don't know how we define Most Improved here. Because like to me, Magic was always this good, like going into the season. But like, I definitely think he deserves an award of some type. So props to him. The list was pretty good. Um, but yeah, I there's nothing really to say about Magic. Like in my opinion, him and Aphex take Cosmic across the finish line, kicking and screaming most nights. So
Yeah, definitely. The most improved category, for those unaware, most improved refers to either improving across multiple seasons of Tranquility, this season of Tranquility, or in ranked. It can mean pretty much a general term like if you have improved a significant amount since either the start of the season or the start of your Tranquility career. So it can mean multiple different things in that aspect. Johnel, your thoughts on the winner for best or for most improved in the Discord tier and the Roll Star winners?
As I've said on the podcast before, I have trialed Magic Otter in the past when in season 9, and I seen the talent from a mile away. I don't believe if he played in Trank last season. I don't remember.
I believe
think he did.
he was on Galactic Gibbons for the first half.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
He played in season 6 of Harmony.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of talent. I'm glad he's finally being recognized for what he can do. Honestly, just good shit, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely a lot of great stuff there from Magic Otter. Congratulations to the winner, the Roll Stars, and the winner for most improved in the Discord tier. Let's wrap up the Discord tier with our final category, and that is the best coach. Starting off with the Roll Stars, your Roll Stars for best coach in the Discord tier are Cam from Trigonometric, Choi Soo-won from Reminiscence, Magpolar from the Cosmic Castaways, Optical Crash from MI7, and Tyler from the Beat Drop Bears. And your winner for best coach in the Discord tier is Choi Soo-won from Reminiscence. Johnel, your thoughts on the winner for best coach in the Discord tier?
It's my boy Choi. That's Choi. I don't know. It's a really solid list though. A lot of those teams most of them are still in, right?
All of them are still in it to win it. Yeah, they all are still in it to win it. Cosmic Castaways are actually currently playing right now, so yeah.
They just won 3-0.
Oh, they just won? Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, look at that, man.
There you go.
You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. Your team greatly appreciates it. You guys are amazing. Like I said, good job.
Navino, your thoughts on the best coach category this season for Discord tier?
I think it's a good list. I think Choi puts a lot of work into Rem, and I think he deserves it. I ain't got nothing to add. I think you can make an argument for any one of those 5 to win it. But Choi's a fine choice.
Yeah.
Choice, as Silver Slander would say.
There you go. Choice. In this case, it's the end of season awards committee choosing Choi, but still, definitely a very good choice for the winner of best coach in the Discord tier. Now it's time to go over to the final grouping, which is the Transcendence tier. Of course, there aren't as many teams or nominees in the Transcendence tier, so the Roll Stars are regulated to the top 3 in each category, not the top 5. Regardless of which, let's start off with Best Tank in the Transcendence tier. Your Roll Stars for Best Tank in the Transcendence tier are Cam from the Guangzhou Gangsters, I Toasty Toast from the Billings Boomers, and Telm J. Can from Fleet Angels. And your winner for Best Tank in the Transcendence tier is Telm J. Can from the Fleet Angels. Navino, your thoughts on the Roll Star list and the winner for Best Tank in the Transcendence tier?
I think I hyped Telm up like the very first game, like the very beginning of the season. I think Telm is a generational talent. Some might say. At the beginning of the season, I would love to do the LeBron meme about no help for Telm. And I think the way he's played is really put him a step above. And I like the list overall. I think if it was a little bigger, there's a couple more I would include, but KM, Toasty, and Telm are all great tanks.
Jono, your thoughts on the best tank list for Transcendence tier and the winners and Roll Star?
It's honestly a really good list. I didn't really get a chance to watch that many Transcendence tier matches because I was usually getting home from work when they were either starting or ending. So I really missed a lot, but it's a really solid list, in my honest opinion.
Definitely a solid list indeed of tank players, ranging from Cam to Telm. You couldn't really go wrong with anybody on that list. But let's move over now to the best hit scan category for Transcendence tier. Your top 3 or role stars for Transcendence tier best hit scan DPS are Horus from the Fleet Angels, Jakaru from Amnesia, and North from the Guangzhou Gangsters. And your winner for best hit scan DPS in the Transcendence tier is North from the Guangzhou Gangsters. Jono, your thoughts on the winner for best hit scan DPS in addition to the role star winners?
Like I said before, a really solid list. I have seen a lot of clips that has been circled around from Guangzhou, and especially their DPS. So, and I'm going to be honest, it's the animals, man, animals.
Navino, your thoughts on the best hit scan category for Transcendence tier?
I gotta do this for my goat, as you know, a really solid list. On real talk, I think all 3 of them deserve a lot of stuff. I want to give a shout out to Dragon, who's been a surprise pick, as well. I feel with Transcendence tier, it's super hard to pick just 3. But all 3 have just been so consistent throughout the season, with the exception of Jakaru. I love Jakaru, but I know he's streaky. Love you, Jakaru. But North is probably the most dominant hit scan and the most dominant team. He deserves this 100%.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of dominant hit scans, a lot of people who could have been considered for that role star category, but in the end, really good winners that we got from all sort of fronts here. Congratulations to North and the hit scan DPS role stars as well. Let's move over now to the projectile DPS category, the second half of the DPS duo. Your role stars or top 3 for the best projectile DPS category in the Transcendence tier are Haru Hero from the Guangzhou Gangsters, Sunless Fiber from the Devil Dukes, and Velzen from the Fleet Angels. And your winner for best flex DPS in the Transcendence tier is Haru Hero from the Guangzhou Gangsters. Navino, your thoughts on the role star list and the winners for projectile DPS in the Transcendence tier?
Nah, we can't call him a true flex DPS. He's a May player. I refuse. In all seriousness, Haru Hero. I remember when they first came into Trank as Epizeuxis, and Haru was never talked about, didn't get nominated for anything, even though they were so dominant that first season. And ever since then everyone started paying attention to him, and he is still the best flex DPS I've watched play in a while. And to Cam's own chagrin, I can say the Haru has played on the marsupial team now, so I own you, Cam. Congrats to them. I like all 3. Sunless is an Echo 1 trick, but really good Echo 1 trick. Yeah, congrats to them.
Jono, your thoughts on the best Transcendence tier flex DPS category?
He's a May player.
All right, we'll move on. In that case, let's move on to the next category, which is Best Flex Support in the Transcendence tier. Again, a lot of great nominees in all of these categories, but let's move on to Flex Support. The Role Star winners for Best Flex Support in the Transcendence tier are Cadenza from Hammerhead, Honey Bunny 39 or Aplom from the Guangzhou Gangsters, and Silvertalls from the Billings Boomers. And your winner for Best Flex Support in the Transcendence tier, I can't believe I have to say this on broadcast, but it's Honey Bunny 39 from the Guangzhou Gangsters.
Cut the VOD. Cut the VOD.
All right.
Cut the VOD.
We thank
Cut
you.
it.
Thank you all for watching the podcast.
It's over. It's Jover.
I'm kidding.
It's Jover.
I'm kidding. Jono, your thoughts on the winner for Best Flex Support?
It's the Guangzhou Gangsters sweep on these role stars, man. Good job.
Navino, your thoughts?
So far? Wait, is it no? Because
it was
best tank was Telm.
Telm won best tank, so yeah.
Why are you making me say nice things about Aplom, bro?
I never said you had to say nice things about Aplom. I said role stars and winner, so.
Well, all 3 role stars have been really good. I think this well deserved for Aplom because I don't think he's won it before.
I'd have to check the records.
I don't think he has, and it's crazy because I was talking with Glitch about this, and it's like as soon as you get off a marsupial team, you're guaranteed to win a role star. So Aplom gets off marsupial, wins Roll Star. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, really good list. Really, really good shit. I think it's so hard to pick just 3 right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I get why we shrunk it to 3, but dang, it makes me sad. There's so many people I want to shout out.
I'm going to be petitioning Mr. Yeti to start increasing this category to 4 in future seasons because it's really hard to pick 3 or really hard to justify 3.
I think 3 makes sense but who knows what'll happen next season?
Who knows?
Yeah. What'll happen? We could get more teams in Transcend Tier with the new SR ranges and everything.
Right.
So
yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes about there. Also, before we head over to our next category, those who have won awards. Tweets are currently going out for every single award, so if you want to grab a graphic, say if you stop you at the start of our show, you can now grab a graphic saying that you were the best tank in the Harmony tier for Season 10. So those are currently being posted over on our Twitter at TrankTV, so if you want to see all of those great graphics that Glitch and Mr. Yeti have made in preparation for this broadcast, you can go see those on our Twitter as they will be funneling out through the rest of the night. And Glitch also has said in the chat that they will be posting the full res files in the Trank server for those who wants to use them for promotional material or for other sort of means. So, with that being said, let's move over to our next category, and that is the best main support winner in the Transcendence tier. Your role stars for best main support in the Transcendence tier are Corey from Amnesia, Poofa from the Billings Boomers, and Slimal from the Guangzhou Gangsters. And your winner for best main support in the Transcendence tier is Corey from Amnesia. Navino, your thoughts on the winner for best main support in the tier?
Rest in peace, my Slimmy Mole and Poofa. But a really good list. I'm also gonna do the thing where I talk about all 3 of them have played on marsupial teams. So obviously marsupial really won this award, of course. All jokes aside, I love Corey. I know he coaches Beat Drop. I've played with him before. I've watched him play a long time. Definitely like one of the best mechanical Lucios I've watched play. Maybe not as much like an IGLs like Slimal, but he definitely is the best mechanical main support right now, I think. So shout out to all 3 of them, but really well deserved for Corey, aka Saga. I'll say it here just so he doesn't mean, or BDB Coach Corey, as he has his Discord name in all caps. So, my GOAT.
Johnel, your thoughts on the best main support category winners for the Transcendence tier?
My GOAT as well. I listen as a main tank player. I love me a good mechanical Lucio player. And hearing that, I already love this guy. Well deserved.
Definitely, you gotta love those Lucios that not only can heal the team, hit the beats right, but also get some frags in the process. You gotta love those frags on the Lucio. Let's move over now to the last 2 categories in the Transcendence tier, starting off with most improved in the tier. Your role stars for most improved in the Transcendence tier are Cadenza from Hammerhead, Charybdis from the Fleet Angels, and Luca from Amnesia. That's right, the Guangzhou Gangsters don't have a role star in this category. And your winner for most improved in the Transcendence tier for Season 10 is Charybdis from the Fleet Angels. Johnel, your thoughts on the winner for most improved for Transcendence tier in addition to the role star winners?
I'm going to be honest, the Fleet Angels really didn't have that great of a start, in my opinion. They started off really meh, and they started picking it up, and then they've been up and down on the poll. So seeing them getting recognition at the end of the season is actually really, really nice because they deserve it for the amount of work that they've put in throughout the season.
Navino, your thoughts on the most improved category for Transcendence tier and their winners?
I really got no words. Like, all these players have improved a ton. I do agree with like the soft start, like, because we remember the stream match where Devil Dukes kind of rolled them for 4 maps, like wasn't even close. And then fast forward, there we go. Words to stage 2, and they beat Devil Dukes 3-1 in a rematch. That is what I call character development, everyone. So. And chief among that character development was Charybdis, Chase, really good stuff. Really well deserved. Fleet Angels as a whole could be like a most improved team, I think a lot of people wrote them off after stage 1 where they just didn't look that great. But here they are now, looking really good.
Definitely. For those who are not like mainstays of the community, Charybdis or Chase has been a mainstay in the community for quite a few seasons now, and definitely being able to see the improvement that they've made this season is really, really well deserved. I think Charybdis definitely the deserving candidate for this award. Let's wrap up the Transcendence tier with our final category for the tier. That is the category for Best Coach. It's not about the players. It's also about the people behind the scenes, making sure all of the orchestra is playing in synchronization. Your role stars for Best Coach in the Transcendence tier are Duck from Amnesia, Needle from Throwing Her Bad, and Smugs from the Fleet Angels. And your winner for Best Coach in the Transcendence tier is Smugs from the Fleet Angels. Navino, your thoughts on the winner for Best Coach in the Transcendence tier?
I'm sure John and I have the same thoughts here, where it's like, we just talked about how much they improved. Why did they improve so much? They have a good coach. They have someone that has goals. Like, I've always told people when they ask me, like, how do you coach? You know, it's all about setting the goals and doing things intentionally. And Smugs has always done that, you know, with every team he's been with. And it's just props to him.
Jono, your thoughts on the Best Coach winner for Transcendence tier in addition to the role stars?
It's well deserved. If their coach is nominated because their team's performing, then it's his fault that the team is performing. He's doing his job, so the team is therefore doing their job because he helped them do their job. That's how they do it. That's how you do it. That's how you be a good coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
The coaches can play a pivotal role. In this case, Smugs definitely gave those uppies to the Fleet Angels. To
Not
help them
the
forward.
uppies, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Delete the character from the game.
I don't even think the uppies are referencing Lifeweaver, bro. Is that what you're referencing?
I don't think that's
Yes,
what
delete
they're
him from the
referencing.
game.
That's not what they.
No,
That's not
because
what
they started saying that before Lifeweaver was ever announced.
Yeah,
that's so
that
funny
was
that's
the
what you
thing
thought
way
of.
before
No.
Lifeweaver even
Still
became
delete
a
him
thing.
from the game. Delete him
I
from
mean,
the game.
Lifeweaver is quite literally a cosmetic character. I do agree.
Moving on. That is all of our awards for each tier. However, that's not all the awards we have to give out today. Of course, the last two awards that we have here on the podcast are for community-wide awards, more so focusing on members of community that are willing to dedicate their time and willingness to Tranquility. That instead of just playing the game, they're also doing production work, they're doing casting work, they're doing shows like this, the Iris podcast. As you see, two people here who are willing to dedicate their time to being on this podcast to break down everything about Tranquility every single week. The community here is key, and there are two awards that we give out to members of the community who have helped make a giant impact in the scene. The first one of those is the award for Best Caster. Obviously, we have a bunch of production staff here and a lot of talented casters who have gone on to done amazing things. And of course, we give an award every season for best casters in the Tranquility gaming scene. Your role stars for best caster, or at least your top four picks for best caster in season 10, are myself, Bowsy, Bethcon, Denji, and Dexatron. And your winner for best caster in season 10 of Tranquility Gaming, I'm happy to say, is Dexatron. Your thoughts on the winner for Best Caster, Jonald?
It's not you.
It's not me.
No, I'm joking. Dexatron did an amazing job, man. The couple stream matches I did get the chance to watch.
Every other cast. It is wild how many games he casts, bro.
No, literally. It was just amazing. You're consistent. I don't know how you have the time in your life to cast that many matches, but you deserved it. So give me one.
Navino, your thoughts on Dexatron winning Best Caster in addition to the role stars for Best Caster?
I remember when I started trying to hand him gigs from other stuff I worked with for Generation when I was there, and like this man just took it all. Like he's super hungry and like he's legitimately very good. Like, it's wild to have someone here that's doing this for free. That just... And, like, when you talk to him, like, he didn't play the game, really, before casting. And just the level of depth that he brings to a cast is crazy. Especially when you consider the background.
Yeah. I remember... Before Dex came to Tranquility, I ran into Dexatron in a different cast for a different tournament. And I definitely could see the passion was there. I definitely could tell Dexatron was willing to get into casting, and he did a really good job. And now, after 2 seasons in Tranquility, Dexatron has definitely stepped up to the plate and has done an amazing job in the casting role. He's grown so much, and he's been able to commit so much to the casting role this season. So I feel honored to give this award. I will say I may or may not have celebrated a bit when I saw this image, seeing that Dexatron won the award, because I was rooting for Dexatron to win this award all season, because he definitely, in my opinion, was the best caster for this season of Tranquility. So congratulations, Dexatron, for winning the Best Caster Award in Season 10. And congratulations to our other role stars who were in the top conversation for Best Caster. Parceless, I was not robbed. I was still considered in the top 4, so I will happily accept a top 4 spot if it means that I'm going to be behind Dexatron, because Dexatron, in my opinion, deserved this more than I did. Anyway, before my ego starts developing because of the chat.
You're the king slime. Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on. We have one more category to give out, and that is for non-staff community contributor. There are people, again, as I mentioned, that do this. Navino mentioned, Dexatron does this for free. There are people in this community that also do a lot of stuff for free, but they take it to another level. They're producing matches. They're being on the content creation team. They are producing content for us. They're making videos. They're helping us reach a brand new community. It could be something as simple as just being engaged in community, or it could be something as simple as creating an entire Google Sheet document for people to keep track of all the standings that eventually turns into what the traditional standings look like in the Tranquility community. So all of the nominees and the winners for the top non-staff community contributor award have all been able to do exactly this. They've committed their time to Tranquility and helping us improve as a tournament organization. Your role stars or top people in the conversation for non-staff community contributor are Nerfed, Choi Suwon, Fish, Hippie, Cry, and Navino.
That's crazy.
Crazy list.
That's crazy, bro.
I feel so bad for John being on this podcast episode.
That's twice today, man.
I'm crying. That's so funny, dude.
That's
hilarious.
Regardless of which, only one of these people can.
I love you, John. You know that.
We all love you. We all love you.
You just need to hold the L in your name for today. So.
I wish I could zoom into what that says, but regardless of which,
it's a Taco Bell free taco coupon.
Oh, that's fair.
Anyway, moving on. Only one of these non-staff, only one of these community contributors can be considered the top non-staff community contributor, and I am happy to say for the second season in a row, it's Nerfed, who is the top non-staff community contributor. Navino, your thoughts on the list for non-staff community contributors and the top community contributor?
I want to say, all the people saying Navino sweep in chat, y'all, I do not do that much. I'm on the podcast, and I sometimes go to Silver Slander. But Nerf puts a lot of work in. Like, if you think about it, like creating Bronze Banter, creating the idea behind Silver Slander, doing predicting Trank, like Nerfed just cares a lot. And Nerf, shut up. Like, you've done so much. Yeah, Choi's done a lot, and he deserves a shout out too. He's on the list, but Nerf, you've consistently poured out love into this community and been on a team, right? Take the W, all right? There's not, like, I think everyone on the list is dope. Rest in peace, John. I love that man. But well deserved.
I'll see you next season.
Is that your comment, John, or do you have something you are willing to say?
Nah. I feel like I got a little robbed because whose voice is like this? You know what I mean? So it's like, no, I'm joking. Honestly, Nerfed has really put a lot of work in, and it's really just like outside, like nobody really sees it until it's done type of work. Like, it's behind the scenes. Nobody really. It's just all free will and a lot of time. And somebody with that much time can really make an impact on a community. And as you can see from Silver Slander, Bronze Banter, it's working. So Nerf, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody here is proud of you. I did get robbed, but it's okay.
Yeah, it definitely is okay, especially when it's nerfed. Just to give a scope of how much nerfed has done for Tranquility. Nerfed manages 3 teams in each tier. They also are the producer for Predicting Tranquility. They also created Bronze Banter last season and incorporated Bronze Banter into Tranquility this season. They're still a part of our content team. I believe Nerfed has also gotten into casting this season. Nerfed has done so much for Tranquility and has always been willing to step up to the plate. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that Nerfed deserves the non-staff top contributor this season because they have done so much, and I'm really excited to see where this takes Nerfed as the seasons continue on. Thank you, Nerfed, and thank you everybody on the non-staff community contributor list that I showed earlier for committing your time to Tranquility Gaming and helping us prosper as a tournament community for 10 whole seasons. As we enter season 11 very soon, it's gonna be very interesting to see where our roads take us. But it's people like you that have helped us get this far. So thank you all for your commitment. With that out of the way, it's time to look toward next week and talk about the matches to watch as we enter the final week of the upper and lower bracket phase of the playoffs. Navino, starting off with you, give us a match to watch, give us a short reason why we should watch it, and give me a prediction for the score.
Paradise Lost versus MI7. Right, that's a matchup, right?
Yes, that is a matchup.
I actually predict Paradise Lost gets the revenge here and wins 3-2. So the reason I think you should watch it is because it's a rematch again. They went to map 5 last time with MI7. MI7 just came off of map 5, like really close win versus Avalon, while Paradise has looked even more have reloaded in many ways, and just 3-0 Trigonometric, a team they went to map 5 with earlier this season. Both teams make champ bracket regardless, right? This is all for seeding.
Yes, it's all for
but
seeding.
To get that win going into the champ bracket would be huge for Paradise.
Definitely would be a huge win for Paradise Lost. We'll have to see if they're able to do that. John'll, your match that you're watching this week, and give me your prediction for the scoreline.
I'm going Beat Drop versus Phoenix. I was in conversation with Null from Beat Drop, and we were talking about it, and I was just like, last week was a little tragic. Now it's you guys are backed up. What are you gonna do? I want to see how they come out on top of this, especially Nev, because he's like the front of the team. So I'm going 3-1 Beat Drop, honestly.
We'll see if that's going to happen. Definitely will be an interesting match between Beat Drop Bears and Phoenix. I'm going over to the Harmony tier for my match to watch. I'm looking at Clairvoyance versus Insidious. We talked about both of these in Amp It Up earlier. Clairvoyance coming off of a very close map 5 loss against Strix. Insidious making a very good lower bracket run after a win last week to Mets Gaming. Both of these teams are looking to try and make a statement and trying to get to the championship bracket. The winner goes over to the championship bracket, so it's going to be one heck of a close match. As for a prediction, I think we're in for upset territory. I'm going to go 3-2 Insidious. They're going on to the championship bracket and going on to face off against whichever team picks them. But that's going to be one heck of a match to watch there. Of course, there's also our feature matches that we have this week. As we mentioned, actually every match that is going to be featured this week on the stream. On Tuesday, our Harmony tier feature match will be Clairvoyance versus Insidious. On Wednesday, our Transcendence tier match is Wyverns versus Hivemind Halophites. And on Thursday is the Beat Drop Bears versus Phoenix in the Discord.
Let's go.
A lot of interesting
Wait,
matches.
we're streaming that game?
That match said to be streamed right now, so...
Tyler, why didn't you tell us?
Surprise! But regardless of which, make sure you tune into all of our feature matches here. All of those are at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific on the Tranquility GG Twitch channel. In addition, we have our other program. Silver Slander is currently, I believe, scheduled to take place this week. Also, Bronze Banter just happened last Saturday, so hopefully it happens this Saturday. And we'll have to see if any other programs will be updating as the time goes on, if any programs happen later this week. As for some important announcements to keep in mind, 2 weeks from now is the most important date of them all if you are willing to participate in the future season of Tranquility. It is the Season 11 info drop. We've already teased some interesting things, such as the addition of the Ascended tier, which is going to be above the Transcendence tier for all those players. That is going to be our uncapped tier above the Transcendence tier. In addition, we're also making changes to the SR caps for our other tiers. We'll be going more in depth into the changes we'll be making in Season 11 on the info drop in 2 weeks' time from now. That is May 29th, so make sure you are here May 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern for the info drop. We'll be reminding you next week as well when we host a special podcast episode that I'm willing to bring forward. Gentlemen, before I announce our giveaway winner for a free t-shirt from the Tranquility Store, exclamation point store in the chat, do you have anything that you would like to say?
Yes. I appreciate everybody for watching the podcast this season. Obviously, since the season's coming to an end, that means no more podcast here soon. So it was fun being on here. Hopefully I can come back next season and you guys get to see my wonderful face. I still got robbed, gonna be honest, but it's all love. It's all love.
Anything from you, Navino, or should I just close it out there?
I'm gonna get up and walk away before I smack John all through this computer screen.
Hey,
y'all have a good
hey,
night.
I'm gonna weave it. I'm getting up too.
All right, but well, wait, before you go away, I need a drum roll, please.
Oh wait, I got you. I got you.
I'm back.
Your winner for a free t-shirt from the Tranquility Store is the provider of our graphics today, Glitch with 2 C's. Congratulations, Glitch, for winning a free t-shirt from the Tranquility Store. We'll be getting in contact with you later
Rigged.
to get that. Please, it's not rigged.
It was truly rigged when I won it, John. That's the only time.
It was only rigged when Navino was on the podcast and won the shirt on the same day. So
True.
definitely. But that is it for all of us today. Again, before I head out, congratulations to all of our end of season award winners and role stars. But that is it for us here today. For Navino and
Hey, hold
John,
on.
my name has been Bowsy. We thank you all for giving
Wait.
What's up?
Wait. Hold on, Glitch. Didn't you just say something about not winning a shirt at the start of the stream, bro?
Yeah.
Yo.
That's funny. All right, the script writers have spoken.
At this point, I'm wholly expecting a Reminiscence versus MI7 finals. But regardless of that, for Navino and Jono, my name has been Bowsy. We thank you all for gazing into the iris with us. Until we meet again, we hope you have an amazing week in tranquility. See you when we see you.
Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.